And we back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I am here to give my honest review, or in this case, give y'all some updates while trying to wash my mouth. And it is not going to happen. So, we'll live to fight another day. Joining me as always is my co-host, Mrs. Best. Y'all say what's up to her.
I am cold. Hello. Welcome in. Like and subscribe.
Yes, and while you're subscribing to me, please go ahead and subscribe to Mrs. Best channel. Any reviews or recaps that we don't cover on my channel, it's because we cover on her channel, including what we have on our screen here, which is Real Housewives of Miami. That is on Mrs. Best channel. I am here today to go over the reunion looks for this because I usually do this for my own recaps on Real Housewives franchises. So for Mrs. Best, I do her that solid of going through reunion looks because she does Beverly Hills and Real Housewives of Miami on her channel. So we'll go through the reunion looks, and also she'll have Real Housewives of Rhode Island whenever that appears. So I'll do the reunion looks for those as well. So since this reunion is coming up next week, I believe, we're gonna go ahead and go through the reunion looks. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this is definitely Miami. If I ain't never seen a Miami outfit, this is definitely it. So let's see who's up first. Okay. She literally looks like a banana. I don't know what to say. First off, um,
She looked like the evil stepmoms in the telenovelas. She does.
girl, I can't even tell what the material is. I can't see her shoes. Her titties is
Listen,
sitting all up her chin.
she's a beautiful woman, but I'm tired of the same makeup and hair. It's on the show. It's off the show. It's when she does red carpets. I am sick of the same makeup and hair on Alexia. And it's unfortunate. She's a beautiful woman, but I feel like they could do more. I feel like she keeps her hair down so often to hide that neck. Just show it.
Oh, she does the Lisa Barlow thing. I'm definitely getting Lisa
Yeah,
Barlow.
stop giving us the same look. Yes, it looks good, but Alexia is actually someone that is attractive and could stand to change up her look here and there.
I don't. I don't like it. So I think the color looks okay. Yeah, it's not the best look. Next, we have Miss Gertie. I almost feel like
this was my favorite look, but I am not impressed because it's essentially the exact same dress in a different color as the cast photo.
It does look like that. It looks like she loved the dress so much that she got it in probably 7 different colors and decided to wear the best. Yep. Hey, Kevin Reynolds, thank you for being here with us. We appreciate you. Okay, Gertie was your favorite look. We'll see. We'll get to her in a minute. Not Alexia looked like a
Fashion Nova, you know that dress was on there for $42.95.
It sure was. I ain't gonna lie.
Gertie's dress also reminds me of Kyle Richards a couple reunions ago.
Yes.
But Gertie looked good.
She do.
As the comment says, she is exactly who she thinks she is.
I loved it. I love she didn't put no wig on. I love that she just decided to come with her bald head. And I do kind of wish she chose different earrings. I don't like those too much on her. I think because she didn't have a necklace on, she should have did something bigger with the earrings. That's just right. The only critique I would do. And I wish I saw her shoes too, because I want to see what her shoes look like. But good job, Gertie.
Gertie always messes that up though. Since going bald, when you go bald, you need to, like, jewelry is your best friend, accessories. So I want to see her use them more.
Yes. Now, next we have Larsa. She literally looks like this is painted on her skin. Like, it literally looks like a bunch of people just painted on her skin. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't like that she's covered up. She looks like this dress literally is swallowing her. I don't like her hair. It's just like, it looked like a wig she just put on because she was running late. I can't see her shoes. It's a no for me. I'm sorry, Larsa. This is horrible. How did you feel about Larsa's look?
I'm on YouTube with no makeup, and I'm just fine. I want her to stop touching her face.
Yes, I do too.
That's number one. It's okay to age. However, I'm black, so I'll probably look like this for a very long time. But you know, I'm tired of that. The dress is weird. And I think the fact that all of her parts are not real makes it hug her body even stranger in a stranger way, if that makes sense. So I don't care for this at all. Larsa looked like Larsa always looked.
Yeah.
I'm never really impressed with Larsa at reunions, though.
Like Dion Rock said, she looked like a box of crayons. I mean,
or you know when you used to play with watercolors?
Yes, I was just thinking that.
And you put them in the water and the water starts to get all the colors of the colors. That's what the dress looked like.
It's a no for me. I'm sorry, Larsa. This is a horrible thing.
Like she's getting the hell choked out of her.
Right. Like that dress is, she needs to get the next size up. Well, I don't even know what to say about this. Very
Lisa's
simple.
a pretty woman. The problem is that Lisa poses at the wrong angle in every photo that I see her at.
At least she's the only one that I can see her shoes very clearly. I do like the shoes. I do. From what I can see of them, I do like them. I don't like the dress. I think it's way too simple. I love her hair. I love the jewelry. I just wish she would have did a little bit something more with the dress. Just a little bit. Because it's given you a bridesmaid at a forced wedding. Like it just does not. It does
actually felt like where Lisa went wrong with this. The dress is beautiful. Sometimes simple is beautiful, and I think that's what she attempted. When you attempt that, she should have kept that swoop, but did a updo, like a high bun or a high pony with the swoop.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
She needed to put on some shimmer, so I would have put body glitter on my chest, my arms, and the legs. And then she needs jewelry. Her chest is naked. She needs jewelry, better earrings, and an updo.
Well, she has on a necklace. You just can't see it.
She wearing the wrong necklace.
Yeah, she is wearing the wrong necklace. I do like the necklace though, and I love the earrings.
Like
I do agree with
dress, you. The more you have to do with hair, jewelry, and makeup. And
it doesn't go together. That's what it is. It doesn't. This does not. She didn't accessorize right with the dress. With the hair, I do agree with you. She should have did an updo, or if she was going to keep this style, then she should have had a strapless dress. And maybe, yeah, because I do like her hair. I just don't think it fits that look.
Yeah, she looked good, but everything was just kind of thrown together.
Not Timu Kardashian. She do remind me of that. Lisa looked like Timu Jessica Rabbit. I just didn't, I just think that she just didn't put it together right. I think it's a nice look. She just didn't put it together right. And I think that's why I don't like it. Because it's like you want to change so much that it's too complicated. So she might as well just change her whole look altogether. But she looks pretty though. I think her makeup looks great. I love it. Oh my God. So we have Julia, y'all. No. I don't like the hair. I don't know if that's a wrap she just put around her neck, or I don't know if that's a part of the dress, but I do not like it. I don't like the silhouette. I don't like the color. It's given very mother of the groom that's trying to be young, and it's an epic fail. I don't like it. It's terrible. I ain't gonna go that far, y'all. I don't like it. It's not. No.
That's what she looked like. She looked like the women that Putin called for a discount. But y'all don't like it. Julia never gives though, like separate from my dislike for her, because I am able to like separate my personal feelings from her and just appropriately assess it. She doesn't give. I don't think she has. She's one of those women who was probably cute back in the day, but just cute, and it's just not aging well. The other thing with Julia, I don't like the color of this dress on her. If you're gonna wear a color like this, I would have preferred to see it on, like, I'm sorry, a darker complected person. a brown Hispanic person, caramel complected somebody. I
Yeah.
don't like because the color, the way it is with the shining on her body, like it kind of.
Well, she looks like she has too much baby oil on. So it's not going with her skin at all. That's what it is.
But Julia can't dress. There's never a time, if we look at every season we've had her, if she doesn't dress well. And look who she's married to. Martina gets out of the shower and just combs all her hair forward. So we can't expect much. We just can't.
Ugh, I don't like this either. Now, girl,
Like she was going to dinner.
okay, you look like you was going to like cha cha chas or something. Like you was going to like Cuban restaurant or something. Like this is not a reunion look.
Now
I
I want
don't.
cha-cha. Go to
I,
hell, James.
I do too. That's why I was thinking about it the other day.
Oh
That's why I said,
it's a restaurant in
yeah,
San Francisco out here.
yes, and it is so good.
It's
Oh
so
my
good.
god. Oh my
It
gosh.
is Cuban food. It is
It
really
is.
good.
It
Now
is.
I
It
want
is.
some. I'm about to tell Mr. Best we're gonna get some sangria today. I want some.
When I tell you, no, because I'm like, y'all, I was thinking about that restaurant. I don't know what I was watching. Was I watching Fast and Furious or something? I don't know what movie they referenced that restaurant in, but it is so good. And I'm like, and I have not been there since I was 17.
Oh wow.
And y'all know 17 for me was almost 20 years ago. So I'm mad. But yes, that's what she look. But when you go to Cha Cha Cha's, that's what people wear.
Mhm.
They wear this exact outfit. So that's why she looked like she going there. I like it, but it's not a reunion look. It's not a reunion look at all. I don't know what you was trying to prove. I don't know what you was doing.
She looks
But
like she changed at the office after a day of work and is now going to go out to eat with a girlfriend or a husband or a coworker. It's not an ugly look, but like you said, it's not a reunion look.
hi, Shani. Thank you for being here. Okay, we sound better in this live. Okay. Julia posing for glamour show. Oh Lord.
With that little bit of hair. Julia's pose, the way her hair was blowing in the wind, she looked like the girls in the hood that just can't grow no hair but insist on wearing a press out.
I'm not doing this.
The hair was just whoosh, on the side of her like that.
Yeah,
this is it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about this look before we move on to the next one?
No.
Okay.
Well, she changed her hair, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, but
look at them knees.
Lord Jesus. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's kind of like
she overtanned. She's orange as hell.
Okay, one, you have a strapless dress on, so you should have a necklace on. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Two, those shoes do not go with that dress. That's another thing. They're cute shoes. They just don't go with that dress. Your pose is off. I don't know why they told you to pose like this. The extra material on her right arm, I don't know if that's supposed to be an off-the-shoulder attachment, but it's odd. And then I don't know what the material is. Is that faux fur or is that what is that? I'm trying.
She looked like she's thinking of her lies. she was trying to think about how she gonna get out of some shit, and I feel like that's why she.
Oh, y'all are crazy at this. Y'all stop it. But I don't like this either.
My shrinkage is real. When these braids come out, I'm just like that. Difference between us and Julia is why was she at the reunion like that with her hair? I don't understand it. I almost want her to just comb it all forward like Martina. Just comb it forward. I'm over it.
Or, she could have easily just did an updo as well. Just get her, like, just scrunch up that little piece of hair you got and just put it in like a cute little bun and just did it that way. That probably would have been cute on her.
Just the clip.
Yeah. Just clip it to the back. That's all she had to do. That's but I don't like this. I just don't. I think it's a cute color, actually. I do like the color. I just don't know what the material is. Is it confetti? Like, what is it? Like paper mache, like somebody paper mache distress, and just painted it that color. Anything else you want to say about this look before we move on?
She has foundation on her knees. Thank you, Adriana. That's all.
See, I thought it was that spray makeup.
People online love this look, and I don't.
I've seen this before.
We've all seen this before.
The problem is I've seen it in different variations. This reminds me not only of Marlo, but do you remember Meredith came to that reunion that one season in this exact same color with that thing around her arms, and we were all confused on why she
We
had
have
that?
seen this specific outfit in multiple reunions, as well as episodes of Housewives across the board. I think Marlo was the most memorable, but I've seen this outfit a couple times in a couple different colors. Here's my thing. Kiki's beautiful, but she's too damn long for this dress.
You know, I don't even think it's the length. She's so tall that I kind of feel like, why is she also someone that wants to be swallowed in a dress? Like, I don't understand. There's a lot going on here.
Not Brooks Marks striped again. I cannot.
It does look like something he would design. That's why I'm like, did we get inspired? And did she hire him?
That I would wear if I were having an event at my house. Like, but you want to look nice.
And then I would tell you to go change.
The only
because it's not cute at all.
It's not. Yeah,
it's not those cute.
Big ass ruffles.
It's the ruffles.
What you need to understand is just because you can afford it doesn't mean that you should buy it, especially new.
Yes, but it's like, it's not only just, it's the color, it's the wrapping, it's the extra accessories on the hands, it's the train, and then you have this V-neck that doesn't even show your cleavage, and then we can't tell what's going on with your hair. I don't know. This is a no for me. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do no. It's an epic fail for me. It's too much going on, and it's very understated at the same time. Like, that's how I feel. There's too much going on, and it's understated. I feel like she could do better than this. You need a dress. You need a split. You need something. Honestly, she has great broad shoulders, so I want her in a strapless dress with a very big necklace. She doesn't have to show any cleavage. She can actually, do above the cleave and just have a split up to her thigh. She has a great figure. I don't understand. I just don't understand why you would want to swallow yourself in this dress. Jeez. But that's it. Anything else you want to add before I move on?
Don't like it.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. Sorry, y'all. And last but certainly not least, y'all miss. Is it Adriana? Adriana. I always want to call her Adrian for some reason. It's not bad until I saw the shoes.
My grandmother wore something like this to my father's wedding back in 2011.
Yeah, it's very dated. I was just gonna say, her shoes is a no for me. The silver with the burgundy is not it. She's very pretty. Like I said, for her to be 60, she's very beautiful. She's letting us know that 60 is definitely the new 30, for sure. Hold on. Y'all stressing me out in these comments. I remember when the Marlo meme when she wore that dress looking like Miss Roper from Three's Company. I cannot stop laughing. Yeah, I remember that. All she needed is one of those turban wraps around her head, and she can just walk around the house like that. But that's the point. We don't want her to do that because that's what that dress looks like. It's not a reunion dress. It looked like, you remember what was it? Satin? It wasn't satin. You remember those pajamas your grandmama would wear back in the 60s, where she would wear her robe over it, but it was a very that's what that reminds me of with Kiki's dress. But with Adriana's dress,
that's why I say wear it around the house. not
Yeah.
out.
Yes. But Adriana's dress, I think she looks beautiful. I really do. She looks beautiful, but she's another one that I don't think should have did the cover up. I think she's also someone else that you want to. I like the split. I like that she has a split, so it's not fully covering her, but it's just the material. I don't think.
It looks like she's a teacher supervising prom.
Yes, there you go.
I
Yes.
think that's what it is. Because I was thinking, I'm like, what does this remind me of? Now, I never went to prom because I didn't like anybody at my school but James. But I did have friends to go, drop people off, pick them up for the after party. And the teachers looked like that. Like Miss Alvarez, I'm pretty sure, wore a dress just like this one years ago. And she actually looked like Adriana, which is funny. So she looked like she gonna supervise a prom. She looked like she gonna attend a wedding as the mother of the bride or something. Like it's not bad. Her makeup looks good, but you know, I don't feel like I'm gonna say it again, and people may not like what I have to say. Housewives of color, in terms of color that look like mine and James, they are the ones that give us what we need at reunions. When you look at Potomac, aside from Giselle and Robin, because remember when Robin had that Don King haircut and Giselle had that Clark Sisters dress. Now them are things that we wish to never see. But aside from them, when we are at reunions, Married to Medicine, RHOA, RHOP, they tend to dress well. The other shows, people always look crazy to me.
What do you think is your best dress Housewives franchise reunion where mostly everybody gets it right? Because a part of me wants to go with Atlanta, but I feel like
I'm gonna actually give it. I'm gonna give it to Atlanta. I will say Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta may not have given us good seasons in some times, but they do give, for the most part, on reunion looks. Even when it's usually Sheree. Let's just call a spade a spade. When we think over the years of crazy looks, it's Sheree or Nene that has like had us like, huh? But aside from that, Atlanta has consistently pretty much given when it comes to looks.
To me, the housewife that always is the best dressed for me, with the exception of her last reunion look, is Portia.
She always comes.
I feel like Portia has never disappointed me with the reunion look, except for this last one. I wasn't feeling it too much, but she was best dressed out of everybody else. But when it comes to her actually giving it, Portia could top a lot of housewives in their reunion look. She just can.
Consistent, I think, in her hair, her makeup, as well as her fits. I think she learned from her first season.
Yes.
On Housewives. That's someone who clearly watched themselves season 1, called the doctor, got some things tweaked, because not all of it is fake. Like, we know that ass is real, but got some things tweaked and never looked back. So
I think my favorite Portia reunion look was season 8. That's when she had that like it wasn't a bob, but it was like a very short hairstyle, and her dress was so beautiful. It was like
she slayed pregnant too at the reunion.
She did.
Pregnant
I didn't like the bouffant, but I loved the dress. I did. I love her dress. Yeah. But yes, but moving on, because we got to talk about the Braxtons too, and you got to Herb and get up out of here, and I need Herb and clean up. I will say this. What about Shani asked, what about season 5 reunion with Housewives of Potomac with the yellow?
It was pretty on their skin, but the Potomac Housewives, when we think of a reunion look, hair, makeup, and shoes need to be together. And Potomac, they hair be toe up.
All of them. I think that reunion particularly, I remember Monique was my favorite look, and Giselle was my close second. Yeah. But I just remember, because everybody's hair was messed up on that reunion, especially Robin's, because it looked like somebody burnt the fuck out of her hair because she had them crinkles in her hair that were black, and we didn't understand what she was going on. And I told y'all, I feel like Robin goes to a mortician to get her makeup done. I really do, because I feel like it just never is right. I think her and also Mariah from Married to Medicine, same thing. She never gets her makeup right. It always looks pasty, and it looks just too much bronzer. It's like, so But we're gonna move on, y'all. So, Mrs. Best, who is your best dress and who is your worst?
I'm gonna give my best dress to Gertie. I'm gonna make who is my worst dressed?
You need to see him again. Hold on.
No, I could see them. They're all pretty
Okay.
good. I'm gonna give my worst dress to Kiki.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I would. I can't do a three-way tie because the worst dressed are clearly Kiki, Julia, and Larsa. But Larsa always gives that. Kiki just really failed from hair and everything. She got swallowed up in that dress.
So I'm actually going to give my best dress to Adriana. And I'm going to give my worst dress. I want to give it to Julia. I do, but she's not worst dressed. Do I want to give it to Keith? No. No, because there's some worse looks. I'm gonna give it to Julia. I'm sorry. So my best dress is going to go to Adriana, and my worst dress is going to go to Julia. So, but y'all know how this goes now. And when I watch it live, Julia may be my best dress. I don't know until I see it live in camera because there's, especially with Married to Medicine's reunion, there were a lot of dresses on there that I felt like were way better live than they were in the pictures, and then the opposite, it was more pictures that were worse live than they were in the picture. So I think I changed my whole look. I think I went with Dr. Contessa at first, and then my worst dress was Sweet Tea, and then I changed it. So yeah, so I'm gonna give it to Adriana and Julia. We'll see. We will see. So now, what do y'all think? And who's color twin who you like and don't? I don't think I don't know their names, and the same to you, James. I don't know what you meant by that, Shani. I was
She doesn't know who the cast is, so your best
okay.
she'll only know if you tell by the color or description of them.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. I felt that way about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah. I always feel like my best and worst look changes. Like I think there's only been one reunion that I did that my best and worst dress stayed the same regardless of the reunion. I think Phaedra, definitely this last reunion, was still my worst dress regardless of how it looked. It actually looked worse on camera. But we're gonna stop talking about them. I want to talk about the Braxtons, y'all. Let me get my imagery up of these two sisters who insist on, you know, what picture do I want to put up with them? Do I want a picture with all of them? Or do I just want a picture with Toni and Tamar? Mm, 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 mm. I don't know what I should do. I think I'll just put a picture up of Toni and Tamar for right now. Just because I don't think it really includes all the sisters as of yet, but I'm gonna get a picture of them real quick and then we can talk about them. Let me put it up on my screen. Oh no, I saved it. Where'd it go? Child, I hate StreamYard sometimes. Because I had this picture up here and it was up here. And then it just went away. The hell? I don't feel like going through all this. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Braxtons. So, the Braxtons is coming up next Thursday, y'all. And from what we saw of the trailer, if you missed the trailer, I cannot play it here on YouTube, the full video. So I'm going to play the audio from my phone and we're just going to listen in. Should have been more prepared, but this is very disappointing, I will say. because the premise of this is their niece Ashley. So if y'all remember, the niece Ashley came out on social media and alleged that she had been assaulted by one of the husbands of one of the sisters. Now, she has not in any detail shared who, it was, but she did say that it happened to her. Now, Tamar, I remember, and see, I have to be careful with how I say this because it's covering a lot of good details. But Tamar was one of the first people to ever really embrace it. So, you want control of the screen? You're on mute again.
Sorry. I said if you want me to. I don't know what you were going to share though, so just.
I was just going to share the conversation. I was because you can't show it on YouTube because of copyright. They'll copyright you. So I'll share that. I'll share the audio.
Oh, the audio.
You guys hear it?
We have had a series of unfortunate events in the Braxton family lately. What we were told is you didn't want to film with us. Well, you already know why I want to film with y'all. Wait, hold on. My niece Ashley, who we love very much, posted her videos on social media with some accusations about our family. My family was a little surprised. Well, there was a lot going on the internet. Tamar announced that she would be interviewing my niece Ashley on Tamar's podcast. I didn't think it was a good idea. I am getting Ashley. You're not going to make me feel bad about that. I wanted her to come to a safe place to tell her story. And all of this happened right before we started shooting season 2 of the Braxtons. Next thing I know, y'all tried to shut down my entire business. Don't say y'all. Sending a cease and desist and shutting down my business. Exhibit B. The second this. I got a cease and desist before Ashley was on my podcast. I didn't even say anything. I was not involved in any way, shape, or form of sending a cease and desist letter. My name was nowhere on it. Nobody wanted to come to my defense. So you're going to sit there and say, Toni Braxton? Toni Braxton, I got Toni Braxton. No, Toni Braxton ain't never had your back. I got Toni Braxton. I want to be don't have your back. You finished. With heavyweight, don't put me, Tamar. No, with Toni Braxton. And then when Toni said we need to have her on the show, I told you we need to have Ashley on the show. I never say that. I never said that. Just show us the Chiglin circuit. And we shouldn't do it. You say have her on the Braxton show. You said that was not the form. You said that. Don't you go there. Don't you go there.
So, hope you guys heard that greatly. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. But a lot is going on. And I did not think they were going to talk about this. I really didn't. I didn't think because I didn't forget about it. I just kind of tucked it away a little bit. But a lot of people on social media and some bloggers here on YouTube are siding against Tamar with this and thinking that this was a horrible thing to do. And I am actually on Tamar's side with this because to me, I feel like Denise came out with this on her own. She didn't put this out, none of this was ever put out by anybody else on the family or on the block. She put it out herself. She went on live and exposed this happening to her. Tamar also exposed that she also was assaulted as a kid and was not allowed to speak about it. And she wants to give her niece the platform that if she wants to speak about it, she can, and that she is a safe space. Now, should she do it on the reality TV show? I don't know. But since the niece went public with the information on her social media, I don't see what the difference is. So, Mrs. Best, I have to ask you, do you feel like Tamar should have did this, or do you feel like they should have just kept this undergoing? Because
Tamar is not wrong because the niece had already gone public. So technically, Tamar was actually smart bringing the niece on her podcast actually proves, okay, well, it wasn't me and mine, because y'all see I got my niece here. So one, it protects Tamar's image, and that's the process of elimination. Tamar has eliminated herself and Vince, who was her husband at some point, as potential people who could have been the ones that the niece was referencing, that inappropriate husband. So, you know, a lot of people don't like to critical think, and a lot of people make biased decisions unintentionally. It's called an unconscious bias. There's also a thing called confirmation bias. Yes, I do have the degree to be talking about it. Yes, I do have the experience to be talking about it, for those who want to question me, because I know y'all don't like Tamar. I think a lot of people do that with Tamar. I have spoken about that on this channel several times. Tamar does have that younger child syndrome. She is spoiled. She is immature. She does not send her messages in a way that is going to help people to receive them. However, she does not lie. Nothing she said has been proven to be a lie. And her little publicity stunt and all of that, that's recent in terms of the family. That's the context we're thinking of. So Tamar was smart to bring that girl on the show. Anybody in the family who has a problem with it is probably the person in the family that is somehow wrapped up with the niece in a negative way or contributed to her trauma. We have to remember that Tamar is the youngest, so she's probably closer in age to the niece as well. She was with the parents the longest, probably was more so around them. So, and like James said, with her experience of also experiencing some form of abuse from the family and them not wanting to talk about it, that's probably triggering for her, and why she's standing up and wanting to be there for her niece, which is the right thing to do. What I question is why any of these siblings would be upset with Tamar for giving a woman who has already gone public about the abuse she's had to endure. Why would that upset any of the women in the family? Because as women, we should stick by each other. But when it comes to the issue of a woman not being protected before she was a full woman and by one of their husbands, well, it ain't like none of you bitches is married to the same man you used to be anyway. So what is the big deal in speaking about it? Unless you were complicit in what happened and helped to cover it up or to silence that girl. So I'm looking at them all with the side eye. And I have been saying for a long time that though Tamar acts away, these are learned behaviors or a cry for help. And now look at this. Shit's coming out about the family. So everybody like to make Tamar the problem. But, and I went through this in my own problem, just with what happened in my own background in childhood with like serious abuse. I spoke out. I told people at school, got CPS involved, was removed from the home, and all of these things. And my family still to this day feels like I made a problem, even though I stopped myself and siblings from continuing to have to deal with ongoing abuse. So a lot of times the person that is strong enough to stand up and speak out is made out to be the problem. And I think that causes Tamar to just stay in this like emotionally like chaotic state with everybody, like right. Not just the family. So I don't think it's a bad thing to bring her on there. Now, if the niece had never spoken about it publicly and Tamar was like, yeah, come on, then I'd be like, okay, Tamar, that's shady. But she has. So why not bring it back into the family and take control of the narrative? Unless there's something in the narrative the family is scared of. And the only one not scared right now seemed to be Tamar. What are they hiding? Is that why Tawanda's hair really fell out? Like, what's popping? What's really good? I need to know. Because it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense to me because I don't believe in protecting predators. I just don't believe in that. And first off, this happened when she was a child. And there is no amount of protecting somebody, regardless of whose husband it was. There's no protecting them because none of y'all are married to the husbands y'all had, like Mrs. Best said when the show first started. So for me, I don't care about protecting whoever it was. She deserves peace. And this probably gives her a lot of trauma because she was probably forced to be silent about it. Because y'all know how some of us can be when it comes to that. Oh no, you got to protect him. No, you can't say nothing. No, you can't do nothing. And I'm like, no, say something, speak up, tell me who it was, and we will handle it accordingly. Hey, Joseph Felton, nice to see you. It's been a while. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. But I don't like when family gets involved. First of all, we now have a cease and desist, so Tamar and Denise Ashley couldn't speak on it. I want to know who sent it, because that's messed up. I want to know who sent the cease and desist. Was it one of the sisters? Because Trina immediately cleared her name of it. So that only leaves Michael, Tawanda, and Toni. So I want to know who sent it. Or was it Miss E who sent the cease and desist? I don't see Miss E doing that. I just don't. But if it was Miss E, shame on whoever, because you're
I
protecting
don't
the
see
predator.
Michael doing it either.
He sent, so from what I understand, allegedly, he has sent another cease and desist to something else pertaining to, I don't know if it was Ashley or if it was the other daughter, but he has sent a cease and desist for them to stop talking about something pertaining to one of his kids. I don't remember what the context of what it was, but a lot of people are saying he did send this. A lot of people saying it was him. I don't see him doing it either, because that would
He's
make
an
it
adult
seem
now,
like,
so how would he even be able to do that if they're not talking about him? She's an adult.
no, we're
now.
talking about her. Yeah, we're talking about her. And then this is what gets me. I don't know if it was him, because that's messed up to silence your child over something that very much so happened to her. And you, of all people, should be just as angry as she. You should be sitting next to her, asking her to expose to who it is.
Ashley needs to talk anyway, and
yeah.
then expose your family member that sue you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play with me? I'm gonna play with you. Because all the cease and desist means is if I don't stop talking, then you can come after me in court. Come after me in court. Show your face, because court records are public. So show your face. That's what I would do. If Ashley was smart, she would do that. I don't understand why family members like Ashley and Tamar continue to protect the shady ones.
Well, to me, I think the reason why they didn't talk about it on Tamar's podcast was because initially Tamar was the name on the cease and desist. I think allegedly I don't think Ashley was the forefront on that. But even still, if I was Tamar, I would still talk about it. You just have to sue me, because at the end of the day, this is my niece, and this is something that she said happened in the family, and she already went public. I'm just giving her the platform to completely tell her story and say what happened to her in the care of whoever it was.
Listen, the way the rest of the family's income worked, if I was Tamar too, sue me.
Sue me.
Sue me.
Yeah, just sue
Go
me.
ahead.
Yeah, I would just say, because
see if you could pay, because you'll never get a dime from me again, because allegedly, which we know from earlier seasons of Braxton Family Values, the first generation or era of the show, Tamar and Toni are the ones that help the family with bills. But with Toni's legal problems and multiple bankruptcies, Tamar is the consistent one that be helping them with bills. So they like to yell at her and stuff, but they get real quiet when they need $1.
I always bring it back to when Tawanda was filing for divorce from the first husband. When Tamar was up in that law office talking about, you live with your sister and he driving the car that I bought you. When she said the car I bought you, I'm just like, okay, what is really going on here?
Tamar's in the family. I feel like she's always done that, because back then she had Vince. And I feel like that's why, like, Tawanda's anger toward her don't make sense, because she's been nothing but shitty towards her from the jump. And then it's like, if this lady was helping you to purchase cars and helping you with your kids and helping you with all these things.
It wasn't just that. And then there was an episode I was watching recently where Tawanda had got her home. She finally moved out of, I think she was staying with Trina and Gabe. So she had got her own house, and Tamar was going through her closet and saw all her shit. And literally was taking it. So it was like, okay, she bought you a car, then you take her shit. And then, like, to me, y'all, this may be small things to y'all, because y'all say siblings always do that. No, my brother and sister do not do that. They do not take my shit.
We do that when we're
kids,
younger. Like, every so often, if my sister spends the night or something, if we go out, then okay, yeah, she might have a shirt or two. But the amount of stuff, if y'all go back and watch that Tawanda had, that is not normal for any sibling, like, past a certain age.
It was crazy. She didn't deny it.
I bought you. Your man is driving the car that I bought you.
Like, was Tamar wrong to bring that up on camera? Yes, but at the same time, it's like the real is the real. Like, what you want us to do?
They try to make her out to be the bad
Yeah.
person. They obviously know how to make peace when they need something from her.
And truth be told, I don't think the Braxtons would have happened without Tamar. I
no,
like
but they're boring.
I'm not saying the first show, the Braxton Family Values. No, I'm not saying that show. I'm talking about this reboot they're doing now. I don't think they would have been able to get this without Tamar. I don't feel like that at all.
Because in the original, we had Tracy, and Tracy really was entertaining to watch.
Yes.
And she was also relatable. But in terms of now, Tamar is interesting. And as much as y'all don't like her, that's what's keeping the ratings up. That dislike is keeping the ratings up. If we had to just watch Tawanda in that head and Trina and Toni, we wouldn't really have a show because Toni is booked and busy because she is a legend. So she doesn't film a lot anyway when she's on this show. And when she does, we're usually watching them come visit her as she's leaving a performance, going to a performance, or doing something work related. Trina and Tawanda cannot carry this show, and God rest Tracy's soul. She's not here to save it.
Mm-hmm.
She's not here to save it. So I don't know.
They used her as the scapegoat last season when Tamar dropped out of the show. So it was kind of like, to me, I don't know. I just really hope Denise finds healing, first off, gets closure with the situation, 2, and then 3, be able to tell her story without having to be shut down by another family member because they don't want their tea exposed. Because that's what this is giving.
The Braxtons should have never done this show because all it's doing is exposing them for being terrible people.
I agree.
Everybody's been so angry at Tamar, but if people really pay attention and watch and get past those biases, like, you will see that somebody in the family outside of Tamar is willing to keep a secret about child abuse. That's not something that anybody should be okay with. It's ethically and morally incorrect. It just is. And anybody who feels differently should seek help. Yeah. A child went through something, wants to speak about it, and has felt her life is impacted. And it's interesting that this child decided to speak out once they came back on TV. That was probably triggering in today's social media age where she's got to look at this person all the time. She's probably been shut out from the family, made to feel different or less than, because she was a part of the show at some point when she was younger, and then she suddenly stopped coming on the show. So clearly something happened. I get that they can't share everything with the family on the show, but y'all talking about this, or Tamar even bringing up the cease and desist, like,
that would have pissed me off if one of my family members sent me a cease and desist.
We'll never be the same.
Yeah,
like you brought the law into that. Fuck you.
Right, because
stay away from me.
Like, because unless you have some guilt in it, what are you sending this for?
Mm-hmm.
She should be allowed. She should be allowed to tell her story, regardless of what platform it's on. She should be allowed to say what happened to her. In fact, if in fact it did happen. So I'm sorry. I was completely on Tamar's side with this. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are not, because they feel like because of how extra she is, the message diminishes, like her attitude diminishes the message. But at the end of the day,
her attitude didn't get in the way of shit. And the other siblings are the ones that diminished the message. In fact, they blocked it.
Right.
So it's like, people can say that, but that's stupid. She didn't get a chance to show if she would have had an attitude. The message didn't even get a shot to come out because of them. I want to know what they're going to hide, and I'm going to keep my foot on their neck the whole time, because the one thing, I am a victim and survivor of childhood physical and sexual abuse. I do not like or fuck with any adult that will know about it and not do something.
Right.
Now, I ain't saying you got to go in there like Robin Hood and handle niggas, but say something. Go to a cop. Like, that'll be the one time it's okay to go to the cop. Like, when it comes to the kids, I don't play that shit. And I don't find it funny. I'm not surprised WeTV's airing it, though.
I'm not surprised they are either. And it's sad because, to me, y'all have to understand, this is never going to go away. This is never going to, ever be a point where this would give that young lady peace. This is going to be something that's going to be relived. And this is probably going to be another reminder, is that how she had to stay silent her entire life behind this because of what exactly? It hurting the man's ego, it making your aunt look a certain kind of way. Like, what does this do for her? So she's the one that really loses in this situation, and it's so sad. But I hope she gets the chance to tell her story. You don't need to be listen. A cease and desist, yes, it silence you, but at the same time, you don't have to stay silent behind one.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to, like, a lot of people think a cease and desist is something that you can never talk about it, otherwise there's ramifications. There, it has to be proven ramifications. First off, there's no cease and desist in this world that is written that you cannot tell your version of a story, regardless of the other person is silencing. They just have to come after you legally, and that's up to a judge after hearing, because then you have to tell the full story now. Your involvement, because why did you send the cease and desist? What was your involvement in it? And then what was this person's story to why you had to send it? So they have to, so the story has to get told more than once now at this point. I had to tell it publicly, and then now I have to tell it in court, where it's now documented. And I probably have to give specific details depending on the lawyer of what exactly happened. So people can send cease and desist. Y'all got to be careful with sending those, because you don't know, and people are just sending them just to send them nowadays. It's like it was used as a tactic for maybe other reasons, but now people are just sending them just because they want people to be quiet. And it's like, you don't have to be quiet. If it happened to you and you can prove that it happened to you, you don't have to be quiet. You can just say, hey, it's in void because I'm going to tell my story.
It's just them like sending you something, asking you to be quiet. But a lot of times, unless like a judge is like, you absolutely can't say it, you can still speak. The other thing also is there is a such thing as to countersue somebody for some bullshit. So if you feel like somebody's trying to silence you on something that is absolutely your truth, sue their ass. Get them right back. So, and I think that's why Tamar brought it up on the show. Like, oh, y'all want to play with me? Because I do kind of get where she's coming from. You always make me to be the problem. When I'm not the problem, you don't want to hear what I have to say. Before I can even do anything, you got a problem with me. And now you've taken it a step further and seek legal action. The way they acted after Tracy's death towards Tamar, disgusting, appalling. The way they came after Tracy's husband last season after her death and exploiting her son so that they could have ratings is disgusting. So absolutely, if I was Tamar, I'd be like, oh, you bitches want to show you want me back? Let's talk about it. There was a cease and desist. Because why talk about it without saying who did it? Because it's going to expose. See, Tamar's not as dumb as everybody think.
Right.
She's just emotional and highly reactive.
She's emotional, and you can tell she's still trying to in some way protect her sisters, because she didn't open it up and because I would have read the shit out loud. Yep. So I was sent the cease and desist by these two or whoever it was. Y'all want to play with me, and this is what you're accusing me of.
Which was stupid, because why are you going to send a cease and desist to the sister that hasn't had multiple bankruptcies and has been able to maintain her wealth?
I wasn't going there, but they.
That's who was married to the label exec. I'm sure that she knows a lot about the law and having to deal with court and lawsuits and things of that nature. Who did that? I want to know who did it.
I want to know who did it. Me too. I want to know who did it, because one, that's
y'all protecting. Like,
right.
What does this person still do for the Braxton family that they are protecting him? Because the women didn't do nothing wrong. So why the cease and desist? I want to know.
I do too. I hope that gets exposed. I hope Tamar does expose it in the season. I pray, because apparently we have to wait like I think 4 or 5 episodes before we get this actual episode of the sit down. So I really want to know who sent it. I want to know who did it. I want to know why you did it, and I want to know who you were protecting. Like Mrs. Best said, who are you protecting? Because that's what a cease and desist does. It protects the predator. So who are you protecting? From like, and as I said, I already
cares about Tawanda's wedding. So I don't know why the fuck they're trying to film it. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't. I don't care about Tawanda's wedding. Vaughn and Trina, I think Trina's past it all, but gets messy with siblings. Tony's not interesting. Please show Birdman. Where is he? And yeah, Miss E, I'm tired of her in that wig. So
Lord. But that was pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about, you guys. It was this was a good little updates video. I am doing the Braxtons. I am going to take it with a grain of salt, because I feel like they're going to piss me off, and I'm not ready for that just yet, because I'm still healing from major knee surgery. So yes, let's hope they don't piss me off too much. But that was it. The Braxtons premieres on the 2nd of October. I will be covering it on my channel. We probably will be doing that next Friday. So you guys make sure you are here for it. And if you see anything in the blogs, if you see anything, if one of the sisters speaks out, please send it to me. My information is in my description box, and I will read it out loud. I will, depending on what it is. So, yeah, but that's it. Thank you, Mrs. Best, for being here. I appreciate you very much, and I will see you guys this week. Have a good day. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.